right? So for me, a lot of y'all are internet people, y'all never lived in the streets. Y'all never went by street code or street law. And I can separate entertainment and rappers from people that was actually out here really doing this stuff. It's a big difference. It's a big difference. Man, this street stuff is funny as hell. I remember when a lot of you out there was D-Rod and Big Meech. Big Meech was the big dog in the street. They was putting him in their raps. Y'all couldn't wait till he come home, right? Everybody was talking about Big Meech, right? These dudes was the street guys, right? Now, I'm an OG. I remember 20 years ago and 25 years ago, right, when it was back in 05 and the early 2000s, they was holding up, putting up billboards and putting up signs, and everybody was talking about these guys all throughout the South, from Detroit all the way to California to Atlanta to Florida, right? They was popping up everywhere. They had dudes from all over the country, right? And everybody couldn't wait till he come home. And then all of a sudden he had a clash with 50 Cent, right? And y'all remember when he did this?
Address this. Because I'm not trying to let nobody trick me off the streets. But I never folded, never told, never will. Death before dishonor, always with me. So I'm doing this for my loved ones and the support of my friends and family to come out to the Amaran Arena, February 13th.
He said that he wasn't going to respond to a lot of that backlash, but remember, when he went to prison, when he fell, the internet wasn't popping like that, right? You had maybe Black Planet and AOL and Net Zero, Dial Up. You had all that kind of stuff going on. You didn't have all the sophisticated stuff that you got now where people just going in on you, right? And a lot of these internet guys get to be the bullies now. They get the bully, they get the bully, the street guy, right? So he hasn't really been used to that. So he said, well, I'm not going to respond. You know what I mean? But he just did an interview and he responded to it anyway.
We real gangsters, bro. We real stand-up guys, right? Me being a rapper and being an artist and being in the limelight, right? I'm used to the internet. I understand this. You was gone 20 years.
Right.
Right? I'm sure y'all ain't had like trolls and shit back then. And I ain't saying nobody specifically. I'm just talking about overall. You heard? Like, I understand how this go. I deal with so many niggas that I don't know, niggas that never met me, niggas that don't know nothing about me, won't say nothing to me when they see me. None of that. And I'm not saying that like talking like a tough nigga.
Like
just
a tough guy.
I'm just being a man.
Exactly,
you know what I'm
mean.
saying? I got a son that look up to me, bro. You know what I mean? I gotta stand on, man. You heard? But I understand how this go with the saying and just niggas, like, bro, just niggas and niggas just speaking, bro. Like, how the like how that felt to you to do 20 years and come out and got it, and you see it's these type of niggas in the world now.
Man, you know, they always say you can't argue with yourself. So sometimes you gotta let them just talk and say anything, and then people find out what they saying ain't nothing. Like, if you don't got nothing to hide, then what you got to speak up for? I don't got nothing to hide. I don't got no points to prove. You know what I'm saying? If I done anything wrong, if any man done anything wrong when it comes to being a rat,
yeah,
you got paperwork.
Fact.
Ain't no such thing as he third party.
You say, she say.
You can't. I can't say, hey, you tell for me, and they gonna give me the time up. No, because you know who got to go in that courtroom to get his time cut?
You do.
That's right.
Yeah.
And you gonna be in that. It's on the docket sheet.
Now for me, this is funny because like these are very high profile guys. These dudes they were saying they was moving 2,500 bricks, 2,500 stones up and down the East Coast, the Midwest, from the West Coast to the South, right? A month. They dealing with all kinds of cartels. So you got this other dude, Cuffy, out of St. Louis. He gets in trouble. He's caught in a pickle, and now he's saying that Meech did a third party. I'm not really buying that. So I'm a snitch to somebody. They gonna help snitch on my behalf, and then nah. My thing is. I believe that he has something separate that he might have told on for them to be moving that many bricks and only get 30 years and not get an automatic life sentence, right? because they had already had him. They had already had him on phone conversations, everything else. This Cuffy thing was crazy. I don't man, listen. These dudes, this is the street stuff. These dudes are bandits. They run in the streets. Ain't no honor in this thing, man. It's dog eat dog, right? So him and his brother, they get 30-year sentence. But this stuff that they talking about with the Tammy stuff, I don't believe none of that stuff, man. None of it. None of it. I don't believe none of it at all, because there would have been something tangible. He'd have had to really snitch on some cartel dudes to get out. It's dudes that's been locked up longer than that wasn't moving no kind of weight like that. Nothing. And their cases wasn't even highly publicized. A lot of y'all dudes ain't from the street. Y'all just be running y'all mouth. Y'all never even seen a kilo of cocaine before in real life. Y'all don't even know how to open it. But people just be on here just talking because 50 Cent then went and said something. Man, I ain't with none of that, right? But then he wasn't done.
Ain't no hiding that doctor shit either.
Right, ain't no hiding that.
Or no sentencing
You
transcript.
see what I'm saying? So like you can't appoint someone to tell for you, and then what they want to call it third party, and like you get the credit for, or they can't f the case, because he or she is the DEA. You know what I'm saying? What I will say, like, when it come to me, like, I ain't used to doing a whole lot of talking anyway. You know what I'm saying? Like, not when it come to some negative. Yeah. I'm on positive. You know what I'm saying? I know that I'm going to exonerate myself because I'm an honorable man. Absolutely. Always been honorable and stand up. And those dudes that I left in them joints that took pictures with me and walked the yards with me, they the ones got the attitude. Yeah. So the trolls got to deal with them. You see what I'm saying? Like, you got to deal with them, and you may not never know who that may be. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I know who I am. I'm comfortable in who I am. I did time with the worst of the worst, and I did time with some easygoing people. You know, but at the end of the day, law enforcement, everybody respect me because I'm an honorable man, and they never asked me to do no type of snitching or none of that. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. So, but living in this internet era, I just say to the young people, man, they really got to have a strong stomach, because me, I got grandkids, I got kids, you know, some from the young generation. It's like they let so much stuff get to them. Yeah, they do. You know what I mean? And that don't really matter. It don't even matter. It's like they don't know how to do the Aaliyah and pick themselves up and try again. You know, they do. Man, everybody, if I was young and spent plenty of money before, been broke, rich, broke, rich, broke, rich. That's the name of the game. Each time you learn how to keep it. So you don't let nobody make you feel bad about you spending all your money, losing all your money, whatever, however you lost it, because we all done did it. You know what I'm saying? You got certain that may have got $50,000 for their first rap deal, and they was back out there selling crack.
So my whole thing is, and I was saying this from the door, like, where is the documentation at, right? And listen, I'm no big Meech fan of none of them. I'm just keeping it all the way a buck, right? Where's the documentation? For the level that these guys was on, for the amount of work that they was moving, somebody like Cuffy, listen, connected to this case, it was bodies. It was a lot of work being moved. The feds is not going to just take that one guy right there and then just make a deal with him and his brother. As high profile as this case was, and so many families and people was connected and involved with this, right? So that's not going to happen. Where's the paperwork? Now, one thing I can tell you is, right, he was going back and forth with 50 Cent, and then this woman, Tammy Cowens, come out, right, and she put this out. But I'm going to address this.
I agree. That's unfortunate, right? It really is, but I agree. So, you know, we'll just let it be told when the story gets told. Yeah, I'm only going to stick to the truth and keep it pushing, right?
The funny part about this is, Blue Da Vinci, they said that he gave up a statement, right? A lot of those dudes was giving up statements already because they was already telling on themselves, because they was going all around the country broadcasting themselves being drug dealers, right? That was already going on. Blue Da Vinci came out, and J-Bo came out and said and told on him. But let me say this, right? To a lot of the hypocrites out there, right? And I'm glad I'm not living that life. Like, I'm not part of that life no more. I'm separate from that. But a lot of you out there hypocrites, right? You celebrated this culture and this lifestyle. He was a bandit. He was the guy, right? I want y'all to understand something. All the stuff that y'all rap about in y'all songs, All the stuff y'all rap about doing, he was that dude, right? I'm just gonna keep it all the way a buck. He was that dude moving that work for real. He just can't rap. He was that one moving that work from AC to KC, Nebraska to Alaska. He was the one that was popping up in them whips and had them big booty chicks and all that. He was that dude that y'all was idolizing. He was that dude that y'all rapped about, right? So now a phony like 50 Cent, he had beef with him and y'all turned on him? Right, come on, man, right? I'm telling y'all the way prison go. Dudes will do anything to get out of jail when they get hit with a long sentence, man. A lot of these dudes, they don't want to stay in jail, right? A lot of them. Half these dudes is rats, right? So they was already telling on themselves. And that's why I tell you guys, stay away from the streets. The streets is not what you think it is. Do I think that he ratted on the dude Cuffy? Nah. They may have given up statements, or they may have just took deals for 30 years. But I know for people moving work like that, there's guys that come from my city, they've been in jail since 1989, 1990. They ain't been home yet. Especially in the Commonwealth state of Pennsylvania, it's a wrap, right? You know, so I don't know. But all this stuff to me is fake, because you guys out there idolize Big Meech, Larry Hoover, all those street bandits. These dudes are the bad guys. These dudes are the bandits. These dudes are the dudes you rap about. These are the dudes that can get your mama hit. These are the dudes that can get all kinds of stuff happen, right? That's that guy that y'all glorify. That's that guy y'all love, right? So like, miss me with all the fake stuff, man. Miss me. 50 Cent like making movies, but they making movies about that guy's lifestyle. So that's the one thing. Like, I don't like the fake stuff, the fake and phony stuff. I don't like what that man was doing in our communities to our people, but it is what it is, right? But a lot of people are just hypocrites. But that's just my opinion, man. That woman, Tammy, Blue Da Vinci brought her to the table. You brought the snitch in the room. So what was you, right? So for me, a lot of y'all are internet people, y'all never lived in the streets. Y'all never went by street code or street law. And I can separate entertainment and rappers from people that was actually out here really doing this stuff. It's a big difference. It's a big difference. I can separate entertainment, rappers, movies from people that was really doing it. Big Meech's brother, other dudes that's locked up, these guys was really doing it for real. You guys was rapping about these guys. You guys was idolizing these guys, right? Not 50 Cent. 50 Cent and make movies depicting their lives. So if you made it this far in the video, hit the like button, subscribe to Street Media TV, leave your comments in the comment section. Remember, I love y'all. Till the next time. Peace.